Okay, good evening. We're up to pay base. We're up to pay base today, and we're starting pay aleph from the base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines from the bottom. So the Mishnah said, the Mishnah said, "Hilveu ala mashkin." If someone goes ahead and lends on the mashkin, that the person, the malva who's watching, who's holding onto the mashkin, the malva who's holding onto the mashkin is a shema sacha. Again, so pay aleph on the base, about 6 lines up. The person who goes ahead and lends somebody and is holding on to security on a mashkin, he's a shema sacha on the mashkin. That's what the Mishnah stated. Let's say our Mishnah is not like Rabbi Eliezer. Titania, Hamal be'eschaveru ala mashkin. If you lend someone on a mashkin, you're holding on to the mashkin, ve'obed ha-mashkin, and you lose the mashkin, aveda, yishava, you swear that you were not poisheya, v'yitel moisav, and you collect your loan. Divrei Rabbi Eliezer. So obviously Rabbi Eliezer is of the opinion you must be a shemachinam. If you're able to get off the hook on aveda, and all you have to swear is you were not poisheya, right? And all you have to swear is that you were not poisheya, Rabbi Eliezer must be of the opinion that you are a shema chinam. What does our Mishnah say? You're a shema sacha. Now, Rabbi Eliezer ben Hurkinis is the loch is never like him. I mean, maybe in the next world, but in this world he's shemuti. He's a Talmud of Shammai, and the halach is not like him. So that the Mishnah is not like Rabbi Eliezer, and we're not going to lose sleep over. What happens if the Mishnah would say, "Leim masis and loy kreb meya"? Then you have a problem because Stam Mishnah is Reb Meir. So names are important, fellas, right? Stam Mishnah is Reb Meir. So if you'd say that would, I'm saying this only because later on it's going to come into play. If it's Stam Mishnah Reb Meir is one thing, Stam Mishnah Reb Eliezer, okay. So now, Reb Eliezer holds it a Shem Achinam. Let's get this machlokes down straight because most of tonight's blot is about this machlokes. Rabbi Akiva is of the opinion. You're able to tell him, the loiv is able to tell the malva, I borrowed on this mashkin, of an mashkin of it, you lost your mashkin. In other words, why did you give me the money? Guys, why did you give me the money? Because you had the collateral, you had the security, right? Now that you lost the security, you know what else you lost? You lost the loan. You lost the loan. Now, obviously, I'd say that what he would hold is on the surface that he is a shema sacha, right? You could say that on the surface he's a shema sacha. Now, what's the svara behind why each one holds what they hold? What's the svara why each one holds what they hold? Let's see Rashi. Yishava shlei pasha. You swear that you weren't pasheya. The shema chinam hu alav. The ein adam noitel mashkanoi legavayna. A person doesn't take a mashkin for the purpose of collecting. He wants to be betuach that the person will admit that a loan took place and not deny it completely. So says Rebbe Eliezer, according to Rashi, the whole svara why you're shemachinam, why you don't have to watch it, the extra level of shmir of shemesacha is because that is not for the purpose of you collecting it. You're not going to collect from it. The purpose of holding on to it is the guy can't deny it was a loan. If there wasn't a loan, what's my object doing in your rishus? The fact that you're holding on to my object would go ahead and decry that what this speaking there's no shtar. No shtar. No shtar. No shtar. It's not, again, you could, but again, there's no shtar now. There's a halva, and if there's a shtar, we'll see in a second. The Gemara is going to discuss it where you don't need the mashkin for the proof. But right now we're holding what? It's a proof. If it's a proof, right, and it's not the purpose of collecting the loan from, then you are a shema chinam. That's the svara of what of Rabbi Meir. Excuse me, of Rabbi Eliezer. Now, if that's the case, the next case would make a lot of sense. Okay, however, hilveu al elef zuz b'shtar. If he lends him, if he borrows 1,000 zuz on a shtar. Now, once you have a shtar, guys, what? The mashkin is not for the purpose of a proof. then Divrei Hakol, even Rabbi Eliezer would admit Ovid Amashkin, Ovid Moisav, because why? Why? Because that mashkin is going to be for the purpose what of collecting. That mashkin, since it's not lizecher, it's not for the zikaron, because I have a star that tells me that the security that took place. So that's the purpose of Gavaina. And if it's the purpose of Gavaina, then you have to watch again. If you're going to collect from it, guys, so he's a better shomer. Okay, what's the svara? Again, shemachina shemesacha. Remember muid tam muid. Right? What do you have to watch better? I paid you extra, shmir mula, shmir pchusa. So if you're shemachinam, it's a shmir pchusa. So over here, this guy has what to gain. It's his what he's going to collect from this mashkin. Since he's going to collect from this mashkin, then he's going to mechuyev himself a shmira meula, and therefore everyone would agree in this case that if you lost that, you lost your loan, the ability to collect. So now what? Okay, so good. We finished the brisa. Bottom line, our Mishnah says, in any scenario, a mashkin, a person's holding on to a mashkin is the same as sacha. Said Rabbi Eliezer, you're not your shamachinam. So Rabbi Eliezer can't be the Tana of the Mishnah. And for the Gemara, field time Rabbi Eliezer, you could say Rabbi Eliezer is the Tana of our Mishnah. But like kashin, still not problematic. Kan shemishkinoi b'shas halva asoi. One, he gave him the halva, the mashkin b'shas halva. So what would you say, fellas? If you're taking out a loan and the guy gives you a mashkin right then and there, what's the purpose of it? To collect or to be a sign that the loan took place? Not if the time of the loan. If later on down the line, then you go ahead and collect the mashkin, then I'll say, oh, you know what? Time is going on. You haven't paid up. I want some security that I'm going to get paid. Then it's for the gavaina. But b'shatz halva, at the exact moment when the halva is taking place, the svara is why you're taking the mashkin as proof that the halva took place. So very geschmack. Our Mishnah says it's shemesacha. That's speaking about a halva, a mashkin, that's shaloi b'shas halva, later on down the line. Where did Rabbi Eliezer say that it's a shemachinam and you could collect the loan? That's speaking where the mashkin was taken at the exact time of the halva. Says the Gemara, both cases, hilvo ala mashkin katani, right? It said, look at hilvei ala mashkin shemesacha. Our Mishnah said, if you lend on a mashkin, you're shemesacha. Both l'shaynis, guys, this is what you're asking. Look at me. You tell me the following. The Mishnah says the shemachinam. The Bryce is shemesacha. What's the lashon is exactly the same. You took a loan on a mashkin. So how can you go ahead and choose what you want to make it fit? If you says hilvei ala mashkin, it's mashma. Be consistent, and it's mashma to what? You took the mashkin b'shas halva. Hilveyu, you gave a loan, ala mashkin, meaning the mashkin was there at the time of the loan, not later on down the line. So this teretz is not washing water. This teretz is not holding water right now. You wanted to say the chilik, Rabbi Eliezer could be the time of our Mishnah, and he's speaking, our Mishnah is speaking, b'shas halva, shaloi b'shas halva, and the Bryce is speaking what? B'shas halva? That doesn't make any sense because the exact lashon is the same. And look at the top Rashi, ala mashkin, b'shas halva, mashma. And it's mashma, it's b'shas halva. Elaloi kasha. Again, another attempt to make Rabbi Eliezer the Tana of our Mishnah. Another attempt to make Rabbi Eliezer the Tana of our Mishnah. Loi kasha, kan shelvo mois, kan shelvo peris. Okay. If he lends him what? Money. And he takes a mashkin, right? Then it's a shemachina. On the other hand, if he goes ahead and does him a big toiva by doing what? Taking his peiris. Why is that a toiva? Because the peiris is going to spoil. Can I borrow a bushel of peaches? You got the peaches, you picked it off the tree 2 weeks ago. The peaches are beginning to go a little soft. The guy says, can I borrow some peaches? What do you say? Thank you, Hashem, right? So in that case, right, In that case, in the schar, in the that he did you a taiva, you're shem the mashkin. By moist that last, no big deal. By moist that last, no big deal. The moist that's lasting, there's no big deal. You didn't do such a taiva. Memela, you remain what? A shema chinam. Masha'en came Paris, then you shema sacha. So our Mishnah is speaking money, and the Bryce is speaking Paris. Our Mishnah is speaking money, and the Bryce is speaking Paris. Now, if you look at our Mishnah, guys, go back to the Mishnah. Pay him a base. In the middle of the Mishnah, right? So it's parallel to the Taisus Daka, the first one. Hilvo ala mashkin, shemasacha. And what are we speaking about, fellas? What shemasacha? Why? What did he borrow? Paris. Rabbi Yehuda Omer, hilveu mois shemachinam, hilveu Paris shemasacha. So when Rabbi Yehuda makes the chilik between the two, Mashber Tanakama does not make that distinction. But you're telling me that Tana is Rabbi Eliezer, and he would say it's only speaking about Paris? How could that be? Back in the Gemara now by us. Says the Gemara, but Midiktani Seifa, when we introduce in the Seifa the chilik between Paris and Mois, Rabbi Yehuda Omer, Hilvo Mois Shemachinam, Hilvo Paris Shemasacha, Mechal Tanakama, Leishani Le. The Tama did not go ahead and learn that. So the Chayra, back to the original question. The Tana of the Mishnah can't be who? Rabbi Eliezer. Again, what are we trying to figure out, guys? Our Mishnah says a mashkin is a shema sacha. Rabbi Eliezer says it's a shema pinam. We want to say he's not the Tana of the Mishnah. We want to say we're trying to work it out. Good? So now, and it says the Gemara, Kula Rabbi Yehuda. The whole Mishnah is Rabbi Yehuda, and the Chsuri Metzia, and the Mishnah is missing words. Here's the way you read our Mishnah. Hilveu ala mashkin shemasacha. B'medamo mamurim, that is a shemasacha. Shelvoi Paris. Aval hilvoi mois shemachinam. Why? Sherebi Yehuda. That's Sherebi Yehuda Omer. And now we're introducing the Sefer of the Mishnah. Hilvoi mois shemachinam. Hilvoi Paris shemasacha. Okay. So now, why did Rabbi Akiva hold, guys? In the Brisa outside, what did Rabbi Akiva say? If you lend on a mashkin and you lose the mashkin, what do you say? You lose the loan. What did he hold, Rabbi Akiva? So he holds that you are Shema, you're Shema Sacha, right? And now you're telling me our Mishnah is according to Rabbi Eliezer, correct? You were saying our Mishnah is according to Rabbi Eliezer. So if the Mishnah is according to Rabbi Eliezer, it can't be what? It can't be Rabbi Akiva. Now, given a choice to make the Mishnah come out according to Rabbi Eliezer or come out according to Rabbi Akiva, you can make Rabbi Akiva. You know why? Very important Rashi, guys. Says Gemara. Look at Rashi. Diktani. The Mishnah said, if you lend him money or shemachinam, Rabbi Akiva made no distinction between Paris and Mois. You're always a shemasacha. So if you're going to tell me the Mishnah makes you a shemachinam, the Mishnah can't be according to Rabbi Akiva. So great, you worked it out according to Rabbi Eliezer, but you know what? As a result of that, you lost at the other end because now it's not according to Rabbi Akiva. Now what's wrong with that? Guys, Bekula stame, all this, every single stam Mishnah Reb Meir, stam Sefra Rabbi Yehuda, stam Sefri Rabbi Shimon, the Kula Aliba, the Rabbi Akiva. Guys, our days we were holding the Meisvira, right? The Shabbat, Yevam Islamic base. He lost his 12,000 pairs of Talmidim. What did he do? He went and he found 5, right? Yes, these are the guys. So he taught them, and now the Stam is according to them. So you want to go ahead and make the Stam Mishnah according to Rabbi Eliezer? Rabbi Akiva's Rabbi, by the way. This is Rabbi. So, Geschmack is anything. Fair the Gemara. Okay, says the Gemara, if you're telling me the Mishnah, make this distinction between Shemachinam and Shemasacha. If it's money, it's a Shemachinam. Come on, let's listen like Rabbi Akiva, because Rabbi Akiva says, "Salvo al Mois is still a Shemasacha." You have to say that what? It's clear. So we attempted to make the Mishnah work out according to Rabbi Eliezer. We failed, but okay. I'd rather have the Mishnah according to Rabbi Akiva than to work out according to Rabbi Eliezer. Good, very good. Now, let's explain the machlokes between the two. Again, going back, we have a brisa. Says Rabbi Akiva, says Rabbi Eliezer, if you give a halva, you give a mashkin. If the guy lost the mashkin, right, he still can collect his loan. Said Rabbi Akiva, you lose the mashkin, then you lost your loan. Okay? What's the svaras hamachloikis? We're going to have a few attempts, guys, a few attempts. Lema b'deloi shavu mashkin shezuze ub'deshmul kamiflagi. Okay? The mashkin's not worth the amount of the loan. The loan was $1,000, the mashkin was $500, so it wasn't worth that. And the Amar Shmuel, Haiman the Oisve Elf Alpha Zuze Lechavre, a person who lends $1,000 to his friend, but he borrowed $1,000 from his friend, 1,000 zuz. He leaves the handle of a sikkah lavayu. Now, I guarantee you, the handle of a sikkah is not worth all of zuz. Ovid kata the magla. If he loses the mashkin, Ovid alpha zuze. Says Shmuel, he's lost what? 1,000 zuz. So Rabbi Eliezer disagrees with Shmuel, and Rabbi Akiva would agree with Shmuel. That would be the machlokes. So Rabbi Eliezer disagrees with Shmuel, or Shmuel doesn't come out according to Rabbi Eliezer, and Shmuel would come out according to what? To Rabbi Akiva. He would come out. Why? Because the svaras machlokes, I don't need it to be exact, right? As long as I have something, it's a halva you can collect from. Says the Gemara, Ibeloi Shavya Mashkin Shezuze the Kuliyam Moleslu the Shmuel. No one holds a Shmuel. In other words, no one holds a Shmuel, and according to Rabbi Eliezer, you won't lose anything. Rashi says, but according to Rabbi Akiva, you only be masid keneged the mashkin, the value of the mashkin. Okay, v'hacha b'deshavish shir zuze. It's speaking where the mashkin is worth the shir zuz, and the question is, whose rishus is it in when it's lost? The kamiflagi b'de Rabbi Yitzchak, and the machloikis between Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Akiva is in Rabbi Yitzchak. Dam Rabbi Yitzchak, minayin lebalchoiv shekoina mashkin. How do you know the balchov is kona a mashkin? How do you know a balchov is kona a mashkin? In other words, it's considered his. Shenemar ulecha tiet tzedakah. Return the mashkin. You returning the mashkin will be an act of tzedakah. If it wasn't yours, what do you mean? What acts of tzedakah you're doing? You're giving back the person what's rightfully his. Im ein a koina mashkin tzedakah minale. If you're not right, we've had this quite a few times. If you're not koina mashkin, then what? Then what are you returning to him? Mikan lebal choiv shekoina mashkin. Lebal choiv shekoina mashkin. Okay, so guys, let's fair rice. Who would hold what? Rabbi Akiva, who would hold that that you are mechuyev to watch it, and if you don't watch it, you're going to lose your money. Would hold your coin of the mashkin. It's yours. Like Rabbi Eliezer, he would disagree with Rabbi Yitzchak. He would say you're not coin of the mashkin, and you remain a shemachinam, and therefore what? You would be potter on aveda. Rashi says something here, guys, is very schwer, by the way. What? Whatever he can dash. It's a drashi dash and dash. This is Rabbi Yitzchak's drashi. He doesn't have dash in that way. So says Rashi, guys. Shekoina mashkin l'chol mili l'schayiv b'oinsin. Oinsin means that you're a ganif, or you're a baal, or you're a shoyel, right? We just need him to chayiv and geneva aveda. So it's a shver. What? Shemasacha, correct. That's the shver kain in Rashi. That's the shver kain in Rashi. Oh, I have stuff written down over here. He wants the taina that this mashkin is speaking about a mashkin shlei b'shas halva, and therefore you be chayiv b'oinsin. Rabbi Yitzchak speaking about a mashkin shlei b'shas halva. If a mashkin that was b'shas halva, then it would be according to after the deal was made, then it would be a higher madrega. So there's a difference. Okay, so right now we have a pshat in the machlokes between Rabbi Eliezer, and again we digressed, guys. What do we do? The Mishnah said, let's go over what we did this evening. The Mishnah said, Malval Mashkin to Shem Esacha. We suggested the Mishnah is not according to Rabbi Eliezer because he holds the Shem Echinam. We attempted to make it work out. We came up with a good way, but we lost another way, because if the Mishnah is speaking that he went ahead and he lent him on money and not Paris, and that's why he's a Shem Achinam, according to, but if it's Paris and Shem Esacha, like Rabbi Akiva, it doesn't work out because he holds your Shem Esacha no matter what. So therefore, he decided the Mishnah is not according to Rabbi Eliezer. Okay, so now what's the svaras machlokes between Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Yeshua? We want and Rabbi Akiva. So we wanted to suggest first the machlokes is what in Shmuel, whether it was worth the amount or not. If you hold like Shmuel, then it would be a Shem Esacha. If you don't hold Shmuel, you won't be a Shem Esacha. We said no. Everyone disagrees with Shmuel, and therefore we want to suggest now it's Rabbi Yitzchak. What is Rabbi Yitzchak called? You're kind of the mashkin. So Rabbi Akiva would agree with Rabbi Yitzchak. I'm kind of the mashkin. Since I'm kind of the mashkin, it's mine. I'm a shomer on it. I'm a shomer sacha. According to Rashi, even a higher madrega. And according to Rabbi Eliezer, I disagree with Rabbi. It's not kind of the mashka, and therefore I blind a shomer chinam. Okay, that's where we're holding right now. When did he say what? When did he say his din? By a mashkin shaloi b'shas halva. The guys, this whole pasuk, lechoti tzedakah, you know what it's speaking about? Where the shliach bezdin came to his house and went inside and took it. That's shaloi b'shas halva. In other words, the guy didn't pay up. He foreclosed. He's not paying. So what did bezdin do? They sent a messenger to the house, who went inside, and at Genemin, he took out stuff. That's a mashkin shaloi b'shas halva, right? That's a mashkin shaloi b'shas halva. Avo mashkin b'shas halva mi amar. A mashkin b'shas halva, did he say that? So therefore what? Rabbi Akiva and guys, the whole machloikus between Rabbi Akiva and Rabbi Eliezer was where? B'shas halva. Remember the lashon, guys. Hilveu ala mashkin. The top Rashi, guys. What does top Rashi say? Hilveu ala mashkin. B'shas halva mashma. Their machloikus was b'shas halva. You can't set it down like Rabbi Yitzchak, because Rabbi Yitzchak speaking about shaloi b'shas halva, that the mashkin was taken later on. Guys, geschmack. So we just slugged up that can't be the svaras machloikus, because they were speaking what where the mashkin was taken at the time of the loan. Hilvei ala mashkin. And Rabbi Chati Tzedakah is speaking what where the shliach bezdin came and took it. That's speaking what shaloi b'shas halva. Ella, you're right. We need another attempt how to explain the machlokes between Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Akiva. Ella, Mishkanoi shaloi b'shas halva kuliyama islud Rabbi Yitzchak. If we're speaking shaloi b'shas halva, even Rabbi Eliezer would be maida that you're a shomer sacha at least. Now let's get down to it. How do you view the mashkin? Do you view the mashkin like a shomer? How do we view a shomer aveda? If you go ahead and pick up an aveda, are you a shomer chinam or you a shomer sacha? Now, what does this get into, guys? The infamous pruta de Rabbi Yosef. This is the pruta de Rabbi Yosef. We've had it twice. We had it in Baba Kama and we had it in Amafkid. So shomer aveda, says Rashi. Shematza aveda v'chnisel toch peso. He brought it into his house. Kidivsiv v'saftu el toch pesecha. So now you're a kishomer sacha. Why are you like a shomer sacha? Because mitzvah. You're doing a mitzvah. You went ahead, right, and you're watching this thing. So you're doing that mitzvah, and that hana of the mitzvah. You're doing a mitzvah. Maybe the b'shas the mitzvah you part from other mitzvahs. So that's pruta de Rabbi Yosef. Shomer avei the Rabbi Amar Kashem Echina, Rabbi Yosef Amar Kashem Esacha. And so lema the Rabbi Yosef Tanoihi. Let's say Rabbi Yosef's din is machlokes Tanoim. Let's say Rabbi Yosef's din is machlokes Tanoim. In other words, Rabbi Akiva would hold like Rabbi Yosef would hold like Rabbi Akiva, and he would disagree with what with Rabbi Eliezer. Rashi lema the Rabbi Yosef Tanoi the Harabba Vadai Tanoihi. Rabbi says the Shomer Aveda is Shomer Sacha, for sure is machlokes Tanoim. The Rabbi Akiva Leslie, the Rabbi. Good. Fellas. I'm talking a lot. Listen to me. Eye contact for a second. Don't fall asleep. Go. Shomer Aveda. You find an Aveda. Are you a Shomer China or Shomer Sacha? Says Rabbi, you're a Shomer Chinam. Says Rabbi Yosef, you're a Shomer Sacha. Rabbi argues in Rabbi Akiva. If you want to say that the machlokes by a mashkin is telling the machlokes of Shomer Aveda, clearly Rabbi, who says you're a Shomer Chinam, disagrees with Rabbi Akiva. Now the question is, would Rabbi Yosef disagree with Rabbi Eliezer? Good. So now let's see Rashi. The Rabbi Vadai Tanoihi. Rabbi Vadei Tzmachlokas Tanoim. The Rabbi Akiva Leslie the Rabba. He doesn't hold like Rabba. The Leslie look me pluktayu b'tayim achrina, and there's no other reason to make him a shem esacha. The hadron become a taime. He took my El Rabbi Yosef. We tried many reasons to explain why a shemer aveda is like a shem esacha, and all we came out with the fruit of Rabbi Yosef, right? Mi boy lemeima tanoi. The Rabbi Lezer Leslie the Rabbi Yosef, but you locked into saying that Rabbi Lezer doesn't hold Rabbi Yosef. Go. So therefore, says the Gemara, let's say that what? Did Mashem Rabbi the Rabba Mishamachinam, Rabbi Yosef Kashem Esacha, Lema the Rabbi Yosef Tanoihi. Let's say Rabbi Yosef is a Machloikas Tanoim, Rabbi Yosef holds like Rabbi Akiva, but not like Rabbi Eliezer. There's a lie. Again, remember, every Amoira wants to come out according to the Tanoim. So therefore, B'Shem Rabbi did the Kualam Islu Rabbi Yosef. Even Rabbi Eliezer would hold the proof to Rabbi Yosef. Right. So why does Rabbi not hold it? Because it's l'shchiach. Proof to Rabbi Yosef l'shchiach. Right. This later the rest of v'hacha amid beis v'hacha b'malva tzarich mashkin kamiflagi. And here is whether the malva needs the mashkin at all, whether the malva needs the mashkin at all. The malva, says Rashi, v'shtamish boy. He wants to use the mashkin. V'lifsake love, and he made a deal. Liyas poiches min achoiv. Guys, we just finished Perik Ezu Neshech. This is the Mashkanta, the Surah. Guys, what's the Mashkanta of Surah? You have a loan, here's the Mashkin, and work off the loan by using the Mashkin. So he wants to go ahead and do that. You have a loan, right? You have a loan, and now you want to use the Mashkin, right? Otherwise it's Ribbis. So that's the question. Masavar that what? That mitzvah kavid, shehoveu. So he did a mitzvah. Since he did a mitzvah, it's proof to Rabbi Yosef. You do a mitzvah, you have the mitzvah. Now the question is what the mitzvah is. The question is that he's watching his mashkin. Is the mitzvah that he lent him money? That's machlokes rishonim. But you did a mitzvah, therefore you shem esacha. Umasava and Rabbi Eliezer says, like mitzvah kavid, shalom asim iskavin. Right? He wanted, why he wanted to use the mashkin. Babi shem echinam. So that's the svaras hamachlokes between the two. You need to use the mashkin. Like Rabbi Eliezer, like Rabbi Akiva, you have anod, the hanod of the mitzvah, and therefore you're shem esacha. Like Rabbi Akiva, what hanod? You're having anod. You're using the mashkin, and therefore you're a shem echinam, not a shem esacha. So just the chazribah, guys. We have machlokes between Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Akiva. If a person goes ahead, lends somebody, and then he goes ahead and he takes a mashkin, what level of shmir is required in this mashkin? Says Rabbi Akiva, says Rabbi Eliezer, you're a shem echinam. The fikach in avad, if it's lost, right? The guy lost his mashkin, and you can still collect your loan. Says Rabbi Akiva, what are you talking about? The whole reason that what I gave you you lent me, and I gave you the mashkin, is that you should collect from the not to collect from the mashkin. What I'm saying is for the purpose of the loan. Once there's no mashkin, there is no loan, and I'm not going to pay you. So in other words, you're a shem esacha. So the first way we wanted to explain it is Rabbi Eliezer hold that initially it was the zichron dvarim, right? It's speaking that you gave it over to be a zikaron. In other words, you didn't give it over there was no shtar. You needed a proof. You want to make sure the guy's not going to go ahead and say that the loan never took place, and therefore, since you're not going to collect from it, you're a shema achinam. However, Rabbi Akiva is of the opinion you're going to collect from it. If you're going to collect from it, then you're a shema sacha. We then suggested maybe it's machloikas in Shmuel. Shmuel said even if the mashkin is not worth the amount of the loan, you collect from it. You lose if you collect from it. Rabbi Akiva would hold like Shmuel, and Rabbi Eliezer would not hold a Shmuel. Another way we attempted to say that no one holds a Shmuel, and the machloikas is Rabbi Yitzchak, whether you're kind of mashkin or not. Rabbi Akiva says you are kind of like Rabbi Yitzchak, and Rabbi Eliezer says you're not kind of like Rabbi Yitzchak. Said Rabbi Yitzchak speaking of mashkin shlei b'shas alva. Machloikas between Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Akiva speaking about a mashkin b'shas alva. So that didn't work out. So therefore, we wanted to say whether Shem Echina, Shem Esacha, depending on it by din of Shem Raveda, put it Rabbi Yosef or not. Rabbi Eliezer held like Rabbi L'chayra, and he held like Rabbi Yosef, that you're Shem Esacha. And we said, no, even Rabbi Eliezer would hold like that. And we concluded that the Machloikas is where he needs the mashkin. He actually needs the mashkin. So he's having, I know, did the mitzvah, Shem Esacha, let Rabbi Akiva, and let Rabbi Eliezer, but he talked about Miskav of his own, I know he's going to use it, and therefore he's a Shem Echina. That was what we did this evening. Okay, going back to Baba Kama in the Meniachas Akkad, we said a person is going ahead and be mavra chavis from place to place, and it breaks. What's the din? So now, This goes in the guys in the shara. You remember this? Whether niskal is paisheo or not, where someone who trips, is he negligent or not? Is the act of tripping negligent or not? If you hold niskal paishea, then it's going to be chayiv under damage. If you hold niskal la paishea, then not. So let's see the Mishnah, and what this is going to be geshmak as anything. Hamaber chavias mimakom lamakom. Someone's going ahead, and he's transporting a barrel from place to place. Chavias place to place. V'shivra, and it breaks. Bein shemachinam ubein shemesacha yishava. Right. Says the Tanakama, whether it's a shemachinam or a shemesacha, he can swear that he wasn't paisheya, and it'll be pata. Now you would think that what? If he's a shemesacha, he should be chayiv, right? Guys, if liska lav paisheya, good. So you're not paisheya, good. So shemachinam is off the hook for sure. Good. Now, why is it? Now, to what extent do we say you are? Are you a chayiv b'einsin or you chayiv on a shemesacha? So says the Tanakama l'chayra afilu b'einsin, because he's saying even the shemesacha is off the hook. Even the shemesacha will be off the hook. So obviously, you must hold that what, that it's begeder when liska lav paisheya. If you're not paisheya, you must be what, the level of a shoyel. When you're letting a shemesacha off the hook, it must be can swear to get off the hook. Says Rashi, guys, Yishava shaloi pasha. You swear you aren't paisheya, the yifter, and you get off the hook. Uva Gemara mefarish taima, and the Gemara is going to get into the reason. Amai pata shemesacha b'shvua habolav b'shia nami chayiv she'ein ze oinis ela kegeneva v'aveda she'ein kroivim lo'oinis b'pshia. In other words, fellas, look at me. When you think about geneva v'aveda, we know the terms are very interesting. We saw an aveda that's an oinis. Tavas Rinasa Bayam. Tavas Rinasa Bayam. If it sinks, right? You lost it. It's an Aveda, but it's an Aveda that transpired what? Einus. We saw a Geneva that's an Einus. Listen to Mizuyan, right? Arm robbers. So we have to kind of change expand our explanation, our thinking of what exactly is Geneva Aveda. Conversely, when you tell me a person trips and falls and breaks something, what do you consider it? Is it an oinis that it broke? Or is it closer to the level of shmir of Geneva Aveda that I should have been more diligent? Says Rashi, and according to which is going to be in the Gemara, l'chayra, you're jumping from niska lav paisheya, and there's a Naman who says you are paisheya, right? That you even a shemachina will be chayiv, and you're jumping to oinis, right? L'chayra is shemesacha. That's what Rashi's running. Let's see it, Rashi.
He transported the normal way he's transporting the barrel fell apart.
No, this is niskal pesheya, not pesheya. So therefore, ela kenev v'aveda shein krayvim lo'inus upshia. So says the Tanakama that your pata saibich shemachina shem b'samasacha. Rabbi Eliezer Omer. Let's change it to Rebbe Elazar, guys. Rebbe Elazar. This is Rebbe Elazar ben Shamua. Rebbe Elazar ben Shamua, right? Says Rebbe Elazar, they talk about swear. I agree with the Tanakama. However, I'm really wondering how in the world could you really swear? In other words, if it's Shemech Sacha, why is he swearing? Rashi. Klaimar, Afani Shamati Mera boys like Reb Meir. I heard like Reb Meir that they both swear. Aval Tamiyani, I'm wondering, Alzeh. The Gemara is going to explain what he's wondering about. Okay, so we have a din in the Mishnah, two man the Omrim. We have Rav Meir. It's not Mishnah's Rav Meir. We're saying it's going to hold what? That even a Shemesacha gets off the hook. And Rabbi Eliezer says they both swear, but I don't understand why. And we have to understand what's Rabbi Eliezer's time. I don't understand why. Says the Gemara. Tan Rabbanan. Hamavir chavias lechaveiroi mimakom lemakom. Someone goes ahead and he's being married his chavias from his friend from place to place. V'shivra, and it breaks. Bein shemachina, bein shemesacha yishava div Reb Meir. Is that our Mishnah, guys, so far? Yes. Rabbi Yehuda Omer shemachinam yishava neisisacha yishalem. That's not our Mishnah. Says Rabbi Yehuda shemachinam swears and neisisacha doesn't swear. That's an opinion that was not expressed in our Mishnah. And now a third opinion, which is the same as the opinion of our Mishnah. Rabbi Eliezer is Zev Yishava, but to me, Ani in Michael Zev Yishava. So the Brisa added one kinech. It added the shita of Rabbi Yehuda, who's mechalik that Hashem Achinam does swear and Hashem Esacha pays. He pays. Good. Now we probably all understand Rabbi Yehuda the best, right? Lememra, you mean to tell me that he's off the hook, they both swear? The Sav Reb Meir, Niskal Lav Paisheyahu. That Niskal is not a Paisheya. Says Rashi. Niskal Lav Paisheyahu. The Ka'amar Yishava Shaloi Pasha Peshia Acheres. You swear that you weren't Paisheya, any other Peshia. The Vade Botzem Niskal Lehave. Right? That in other words, less than tripping there wasn't. In other words, the most you could have been accountable for is tripping. And you're swearing I wasn't Paisheya something else by putting a banana peel under my feet. When you're swearing that that you weren't Paisheya, obviously you must hold Niskal is not Paisheya. Because you're swearing I wasn't Paisheya. The fact that you patach Shemesacha, it must be that what? That you're not a Paisheya, but you must be to the extent you're an Oinus. So again, is Medayik the Gemara in Shitas Reb Meir that both swear that it must be that Niskal La Paisheya to the extent that we won't view it as a level of Geneva Aveda, we'll view it as a level of Oinus. We'll view it as a level of Oinus, and the Shemesacha will be Pata. But Tanya, Fred the Gemara, I got a problem. You told me Reb Meir holds Niskal La Paisheya. We have a Gemara, Nishbra Kadai, a Mishnah in the Sefta Bava Kama. If his barrel breaks, he trips and his barrel breaks. V'lei silkoi, and he doesn't clean it up. Or naflu gamloi, his gummel, he trips and his gummel falls down. V'lei yamida, and he doesn't pick it up. Reb Meir mechayev v'hezekon v'chachamim oimrim patim b'din yodim v'chayev b'din shemayim. V'kaim alon. What's the svaras hamachloikis? The beniskal paisheya ligi. They're arguing whether niskal is paisheya. What does Reb Meir say? Yechayev. You tripped. So what do you see in Baba Kama? Niskal paisheya. Stira. Baba Metzia. Niskal la paisheya. Reb Meir. Both swear. Afilu shemach sacha swears. Baba Kama. You trip, breaks. Yechayev. Niskal paisheya. Stira minei ubei. Amar Rebbe Laza. Tavra. It's broken. Misha shanazula shanazula. Ain't nachinami. You learn one, you can't learn the other. There's mishnayos a slice to each other. There's no way to go ahead and equate the two. The Asa Rabbi Yehuda Lameimar. Rabbi Yehuda comes along and says, "Shemachinam Yishava Meisisacha Yishalim, Hai Kedina v'Hai Kedina." Right? He says, right, each one according to his din. Right? Now he holds that what Niskos La Paisheya. Since Niskos La Paisheya, the what the Shemachinam is off the hook. However, the Shemachinam is on the hook. You know why? Because he holds Niskal La Paisheya just takes you away from being a Shemachinam. It does not make you a Shoyel, it makes you a Shema Sacha. That's the machloikus between Reb Meir and Reb Yehuda.
The particles is a buyer.
We're not digressing. Forget the word. It's a digression. That's jeopardy. All we have to know one thing: Niskal is Paisheya according to Reb Meir. We don't have to discuss Baba Kama now. Again, you understand it. We're not doing that now, guys. So what, guys? Outside, guys, listen. Outside, both Rabbi Meir, who says both swear, and both Rabbi Yehuda, who says the Shemachinam swears and the Shemesacha pays, hold Niskal Lav Paisheya. By holding Niskal Lav Paisheya, that gets the Shemachinam off the hook. He can swear. Good. Says Rabbi Meir, however, Niskal Lav Paisheya is such to the extreme. You're not even a Shemesacha, and even the Shemesacha can swear and get off the hook. Says Rabbi Yehuda, no. Says Rabbi Yehuda, Niskal La Paisheya gets the Shemachinam off the hook, but not to the extent of a shoyel to be potter b'oinsin. That no, it means that what? It means over here that you'll be a Shema Sacha. Says Rashi, Hai Kedina, Divadai Niskal Lav Paisheyahu, and therefore Shemachinam swears. However, when I say Sacha Yishalim, the Inami Lo Yavi Paisheya Adina L'Shalim. Even if it's not a Paisheya, he's still going to swear. You know why? Because breaking a thing is not Karev La'onis, it's Karev La'aveda. Guys, it's Karev La'aveda. It's Karev La'aveda. Okay? Says the Gemara, for us, so therefore, the Gemara is explaining the Brisa. They both hold this Niskal Paisheya. Sai Rabbi Meir and Sai Rabbi Yehuda both hold Niskal Paisheya. The question is to what extent? Rabbi Meir says, I feel to the extent to patni ba'insin, and therefore the Shemesacha swears. Rabbi Yehuda, on the other hand, says no, only to the extent of Gnei Aveda. Therefore, only Shemachinam swears, but the Shemesacha doesn't swear. He's going to be chayiv. Hai kedina v'hai kedina. V'aseh Rebbe Eliezer Lameimar in Gemara Reb Meya Ninu. It's like Reb Meya that what? You both swear, even Shem Esacha. Umiya Tamiya Ani Im Yichayim Zev Zel Yishavar. I'm wondering how can they both swear? Now Bishlei Mishem Achina Mishtabe Delay Pashaba El Shem Esacha my Mishtabe Kilei Pashaba Nami Shlui Boy. Even he wasn't Peshay, he'd have to swear because it's like an Eva Vavede Bichayev. And now he takes it one more step. And you're telling me the Shem Achinam clearly is off the hook because Niskalaf Pesheya? Vafil Shem Achinam Nami. Hatenach b'mokim madrin. That's very good if it's in a place of an incline. It's an instrument and vadai that he wasn't Pesheya. Shaloi b'mokim madrin mimatzi mishtabed loy pasha. And if it was a straight thing, how could he swear that he wasn't Pesheya? In other words, b'mokim madrin is as far to say it rolled and it broke. But if it's a straight incline, how in the world did it break? So even what? Even in the Shem Achinam maybe should be chayiv. But feel b'makam madrin nami. What are you saying? Chayiv? That's very good if you don't have what a proof of someone saying anything. Why are you swearing at all? Bring a raya that you tripped and you're good. The Tanya Isi ben Yudaimer ein raya shuas Shem Tiyeh ben Shnayim. There's no raya, therefore he swears to get off the hook. So again, that says Rebbe Eliezer, that Rebbe guys outside, that Rebbe the Shemus Rebbe Meya holds the Shemus Sacha swearing. I don't understand how in the world is he swearing. It's curve. It's Geneva Aveda. Even if he wasn't Pesheya, he'd be chayiv. And even like Rebbe Meya, even like Rebbe Meya in Shitas Rebbe. In Shitas of Liskal Pesheya, that is a Shem Achinam, that Shem Achinam swears, I got a cash on that also. Niskal Pesheya makes sense if it was what? Laf Pesheya, if it was what? An incline. If it was a straight thing, maybe it was Pesheya. And even if you're going to say that it's an incline, why is he swearing? Maybe there's somebody else who saw him. So in other words, says Rabbi Eliezer, I don't understand any of Rabbi Meir's swearing over here. In the lust, in the guts of the Gemara, I don't understand it. Niskal Pesheya La Pesheya. Again, nothing to do with that. We said in Baba Kama, this machloikis is Niskal Pesheya La Pesheya. It's the Hosras machloikis. So that's the Gemara. Reb Chia bar Abba Rabbi Yochanan Shvu Azu Takodas Achamim He. In other words, Niskal is Pesheya. Niskal is Pesheya. Niskal is Pesheya. Why are you swearing? You should be paying. Says the Gemara. Shemiata Oimakain. Right? Again, you won't get anyone to go ahead and do this job. You're not going to find anyone to do the job. Everyone's going to swear, you like Heshi says, it happens. Stuff happens. What's going to happen over here? So he wants a taina that this is comes come. Okay, we'll pick it up here tomorrow. Dov, are you home?
Yes, I am.
So I'm admiring your background.